Hi, this is Munson with Munson Music, and we're going to talk about how you could play a song called My Father's Son by Pearl Jam. And it starts out with this really cool little lick where you could play 5th fret on the A string, 3rd fret on the A string, 5th fret on the A, 3rd on the A, 5th fret on the A, 3rd fret on the A, and then go to 5th fret on the low E string, and then 3rd on the A, and then 5th on the A, and then 3rd on the D, and then 5th on the A, and then 3rd on the A, and then 5th on the low E string. So kind of going 5-3, 5-3, 5-3, 5-3, 5-3, 5-3, 5. It's kind of that cool little lick through the intro, and that kind of comes back through the verse. So you know, kind of play around with that. And if you wanted to just back that up with just a chord, you could do it with a D minor chord. And the way you play D minor, first finger goes to the high E on the 1st fret, second finger on the G string on the 2nd fret, and the 3rd or the 4th finger on the B string on the 3rd fret. And if you strum the D string to the high E string, that sounds a D minor chord, and it sounds really sad. Now you may want to kind of just work downs through that part too, especially if you're just starting out and that riff is a little bit crazy for you. So you can do a lot of downs on the D minor and kind of work that for your verse. Or if you wanted to, you could use a D5 power chord. And when we play D5, first finger goes to the A string on the 5th fret, 3rd finger on the D string on the 7th fret, and if you strum the A and the D string, then that sounds a D5 power chord. Now you might also want to kind of think about using that through that riff. So using that shape could be kind of a cool idea through that or to kind of accent it. Kind of taking that riff and then kind of making it a power chord idea. Although it's probably going to be easier to get that to speed, kind of working as a single idea. And now I'm kind of adding in some right hand muting. So I'm taking the flat of the right hand, this part, and kind of laying it down on top of the saddle to kind of get a muted quality out of the string. So you might want to kind of play around with that too. And we'll basically just be repeating that or kind of working that lick around the D minor until we get to our chorus part. And on our chorus part, there's this really cool hit, actually, and it's really all about this lick. You get to our chorus part, and on our chorus part, it kind of starts out with this really cool lick. And it's really all about this lick on the E string, where you could play 5th fret on the low E string, and then 3rd fret on the low E string, and then 4th fret on the low E string, and then 3rd fret on the low E string, and then 4th fret on the low E string, and then 6th fret, and then we go to 7th fret, and then 6th fret, and then 4th fret, and then 3rd fret, and then back to 4th fret again, and then 3rd fret, and then we go back to 4th fret, and then 6th fret, and then 7th fret, and then 6th fret, and then there's kind of this cool little tag to that where you can play 7, 6, 4, 3 at the very end. So the notes you're actually playing, you're kind of starting out with A, G, A flat, G, and then an A flat, B flat, and then a B, B flat, A flat, G, A flat, G, A flat, B flat, B, B flat, B, B flat, A flat, G. But if you wanted to, you could kind of back that up with power chords too and kind of take that same shape idea. So you could start out with an A5 power chord with first finger on the low E string on the 5th fret, 3rd finger on the A string on the 7th fret, and if you strum just the E and the A string together, that sounds like an A5 power chord. And then if you take that shape and slide it down 2 frets, then that makes that a G5 power chord. And then from the G5, we'd be going to the A flat 5. So we can take that shape and kind of slide it over to the 4th fret and 6th fret, A flat 5 power chord, and then back to the G5, and then back to the A flat, and if we slide that over to 6th fret and 8th fret, that's that B flat 5 power chord. And then if you take that shape and slide it up 1 fret to 7th and 9th, that's a B5 power chord, and then we're back to B flat, but then we go back to A flat, G5, A flat, G5, A flat, B flat, B, B flat, B, B flat, A flat, G. Now you could also kind of thicken that up if you wanted to. You could add an extra downs to that. So that might be kind of a cool way to kind of work it, is kind of, you know, listening for those changes and then kind of just working downs if you want to kind of fill it out a little bit. So that might be kind of a cool way to kind of work it, is just downs with the power chords. 3, 4, 6. Now if you wanted to, you could generalize that into chords too, if you just kind of knew thinking what chord goes there. You could start out on an A minor chord, and when you play A minor, first finger goes to the B string on the first fret, second finger on the D string on the second fret, and third finger on the G string on the second fret. And if you strum all those together, that sounds an A minor chord, and it sounds really, really sad. And then the G note kind of implies a G major chord. When we play G major, first finger goes to the A on the second fret, second finger on the low E string on the third fret, and third finger on the high E string on the third fret. And if you strum all those together, that sounds a G major chord, and it sounds really, really happy. And then for the B flat note, it's kind of the other really big push actually. And you can use a B flat major chord. And the way you play B flat major, first finger goes across the entire first fret, second finger on the D string third fret, third finger on the G string third fret, and the pinky on the B string on the third fret. And if you strum all those together, that sounds a B flat major chord, and it sounds really happy. And for myself, actually, what feels better is to do that as a double bar and kind of use the third finger to kind of cover the D, G, and B strings. Or you could use just the power chord too. Or you could kind of make smaller versions of that chord too. So you could do first finger on the high E string first fret, third finger on the G string third fret, and the pinky on the B string on the third fret. And if you strum the top 3 or the top 4 strings, that's another way you can play your B flat major chord. So it's almost like we kind of have our A minor, G, da, G, da, B flat, through that part if you wanted to just kind of generalize the chord, B flat, G, more G, B flat, more B flat, and then we keep going back to G, more G. And then from there, then we'd be going back into our verse part. So we kind of be back into kind of our D minor riff. And you might want to kind of bring that back, that 5-3, 5-3, 5-3, 5-3, 5-3, 5-3, 5, that kind of idea. Or you can kind of work that around the D minor. Or if you wanted to, actually, sometimes I like using just a strum pattern just to kind of support my voice. And one of my favorite strum patterns for a 4/4 like this is down, down, up, up, down, up. So you take the D minor, just tried that a lot. You'd have down, down, up, down, up, down, down, up, down, up, down, down, up, down, up, down, down, up, down. Or if you wanted to, you could even add in bass notes to that. You could throw in a D string for your bass on the D minor. D bass, down, up, down, up, D bass, down, up, down. So I'm just looking for a way to strum it so you can kind of sing along. That'd be kind of a cool way to kind of work it. And then from the verse, then we'd be going, we'd basically be repeating that until we get to our chorus part. Now you could also kind of work the chorus that way. You could kind of bring back the power chord riffs of the main lick idea, or you could kind of work that with kind of the chords, have the A minor, and then go into the G, and you can even work that same down, down, up, down, up kind of idea. So you want to kind of play around with that too, especially if you're just kind of looking for a way to kind of support your voice. And your bass note for the B flat would be on the A string if you're kind of doing that full bar B flat. G would be bass. Too. And then right after that, then we go into a really, really cool break actually, and you hear some more really cool riffs where you start out with 7th fret on the low E string, and then 6th fret on the low E, and then 7th fret on the low E, and then 9th fret on the low E, and then we go back to 7 on the low E, and then 6, and then 4, and then 3, but then we go back to 7, 6, 7, 9. And on this point, actually, it almost kind of sounds like you're kind of working this C sharp idea to a G idea, really, because you're kind of starting on the B, and then a B flat, B, and then C sharp, and then B, B flat, A flat, G, and then B, and B flat, B, C sharp. And if you wanted to, you could kind of generalize that with a C sharp chord, actually. And when we play C sharp major, it's kind of the same shapes, but now we're on 4th fret as we were for the B flat. So you got bar on the 4th fret, and then third finger could kind of go over the D, G, and B strings, actually, if you're kind of working on that double bar idea. So we kind of start off with kind of that C sharp, da, da, G, da, da, C sharp, and that transition, which kind of comes back back for our outro. And then from that break, then we go into kind of our bridge part. And our bridge is super cool. We go to a D major chord, and then we play D major. First finger goes to the G string on the 2nd fret, second finger on the high E 2nd fret, and third finger on the B string on the 3rd fret. And if you strum the D string to the high E string, that sounds a D major chord. So all of a sudden we got super happy. And then from the D major, we go into a C major chord. We play C major. First finger goes to the B on the 1st fret, second finger on the D string 2nd fret, and third finger on the A string on the 3rd fret. And if you strum the A string to the high E string, that sounds a C major chord, and it sounds really, really happy. And then from the C major, we'll be going back to D major, and another D major. And then there's kind of this cool little push, actually, and it kind of sounds like a B minor chord. And then we play B minor, first finger goes across the entire 2nd fret. We'll talk about some easy ways to play this too. But then the second finger goes to the B string 3rd fret, third finger on the D string on the 4th fret, and the pinky on the G string on the 4th fret. And if you strum all those together, that sounds a B minor chord. It sounds really sad. And a good substitute for that, if you're looking for something to strum through, something called B minor 7. And the way you play B minor 7, first finger goes to the A on the 2nd fret, second finger on the G string 2nd fret, and the third finger on the high E on the 2nd fret. And if you strum the A string to the high E string, that sounds a B minor 7. So you want to think about that if you're just looking for something to kind of strum through. Or you could use the power chord of that, which would be a B5 power chord, where you do first finger on the A string 2nd, third finger on the D string 4th fret. And on that part actually of our bridge, actually it almost kind of feels like you do four downs on the B minor. And then we kind of go to a C major chord and kind of do another 4. And you might want to kind of think about doing that as a B5 power chord to a C5 power chord, by sliding that over 1 fret. So you can kind of that C5 we were kind of using in the lead lick, actually, that D, C, D, C. So you might want to kind of play around with that B, C. Now the coolest part actually though is kind of the feel through the rest of the chords, and it's almost kind of like a 5/4 deal. And yeah, down, down, up, down, down. So if you take the D and just try that a lot, that's a little weird. You have down, down, up, down, 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 up, down, 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 up, down, down, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it's a little weird strum pattern. And if you wanted to, you could kind of throw in the basses too. The D would be your bass, and you could make it kind of a bass down, up, down, down, bass, down, up, down, down, bass, down, up, down, down. And on the C, you'd have the A string for your bass. The weird part is when we kind of get back to our B minor, it's kind of that 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4 between the B and the C. So we tried our bridge with our strum pattern, and we'd have D with the down, down, up, down, down, D, down, up, down, down, C, down, up, down, down, C, down, up, down, down, D, down, up, down, down, D, down, up, down, down, B minor, C, D, down, down, or D with bass down, up, down, C bass down, down, C bass down, down, D with bass down, down, D with bass down, B minor, C, C. We kind of got some extra C's at the end there. And then from there, we'll be going back into our verse part. So you want to kind of bring that lick back from the beginning. That 5/3, 5/3, 5/3, 5/3, 5/3, 5/3, 5. Or you could even kind of try that with the power chords, just to accent parts of it too. Could be kind of a cool idea. Or you could kind of work that around the D minor chord in general, or work the downs. So you might want to kind of find a way that works for you and then kind of run with it. And then from there, we'll be going back into our chorus part. So we'll be back to our 5, 3, 4, 3, 4, 6. So you might want to kind of take that whole bar shape. And this is kind of weird, actually. I'm kind of taking a really cool way to play F major, moving it around. So randomly on those licks too, if you wanted to, you could kind of make that bigger chords too, if you wanted to. So on the A, actually, you could use an A minor bar chord where you do the first finger across the entire 5th fret, third finger on the A string 7, pinky on the D string 7, and that sound an A minor chord kind of as a 5th fret bar chord. And then for the G, and actually the other chords, you could kind of make major, but you could use this shape of doing first finger across the entire 3rd fret, second finger on the G string 4th fret, third finger on the A string 5th fret, and the pinky on the D string on the 5th fret. So you want to kind of think about that too. If you're not afraid of bar chords, this could be a cool way to kind of work it. Kind of taking that shape and then following that lick. Actually, it's kind of like a big major chord kind of idea. that in with strumming too. So if you wanted to kind of make it really thick with really big chords, you want to kind of play around with that. You know, kind of playing around with that idea. And then from that chorus, then we go into our outro, actually, which is kind of like that break that we had earlier where we got the 7, 6, 7, 9, 7, 6, 4, 3, 7, 6, 7, 9, kind of that idea. Which you could do it with kind of the power chords. You know, that might be kind of a cool way to kind of work it. Kind of take that power chord shape and move it around. You know, kind of working that. Or you could even kind of try that with the whole chords. Try and move that shape around. So it might be kind of a cool way to do it. So you might want to kind of play around with that too. But that's the basics of how you can strum through My Father's Son by Pearl Jam. So good luck!